This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Tua. They get this out wide to Gaskin. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 30 on second down, Tua dumping it off for Johnson. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Touchdown! Duke Johnson, 30 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Into the secondary past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Seattle. DK Metcalf, 48 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run now with Gaskin. Fights through and now a crease. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Fighting his way through contact. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Malcolm Brown taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the move to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Gaskin. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down. Play action. Now it's Tua. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To try again after the sack. Tua. Now they go screen. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Off the play action. Tagovailoa. Tua hit and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have recovered. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football. Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Buying time to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision, because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface and try to connect all the way back to the right.
They go play action now. Wilson. Forced out to his left. Here's a diving catch right side. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. He'll have a first down past the 40. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big pickup there on the scramble. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big one.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Bobby Wagner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Brian Flores learned under the master. He's going to go on 4th down. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball's moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the 1st down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Steps away to his left. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 34 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And just shutting him off there. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And to give this time to the tailback. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Malcolm Brown his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Wilson to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. One last shot for Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Bill Stadium in upstate New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting, an onside kick to start this thing. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now, they tried to give this home crowd something to cheer about early, but it failed. I don't know. Maybe you try that on the road to get some momentum. What about here at home?
Would agree with you totally on that. I think at home, you don't ever want to put your fans in a position where they're questioning what you're doing. And right now, they have to be in the stand saying, why would we even do that? We're already behind you. You don't need us anymore. And this one, boy, an unsuccessful attempt, that could really change the momentum of this game in a hurry.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 32 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he returns this to the 22. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, D.
Allen going to throw. Rolling to his right. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A.J. Klein. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen steps away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Allen. They'll roll him out right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Allen out to his left. And just shutting him off there. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Ooh, with a juke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Touchdown! Duke Johnson from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're